Hi everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I just wanted to talk about 3 things that I've learned in my past relationships, and also I want to do more of these talking videos because as I have watched my vlogs and my other past videos, I have learned, I knew this in the past, but I think it became more evident to me that I'm not the best at speaking. For example, there were multiple times where I would say something and it would be grammatically incorrect because I just talk so fast and don't really end my sentences. And so yeah, I just want to do a little bit more of these talking videos to hopefully improve my speech and my storytelling skills. So if you guys also have anything that you guys want to work on, I challenge you guys to practice because you will most definitely improve with practice. And so I'm going to talk as gently as I possibly can and explain the 3 things that I have learned during my past relationships. So without further ado, let's just get right into the video. The first thing that I learned that's very important when you are in a relationship is to be okay with the relationship ending. I know this is kind of a negative way to start this video because I wouldn't want any of you guys or myself to start a relationship with oh, we're gonna break up, with the thought of breaking up in mind, right? You'd want to always start a relationship with a positive attitude instead of just being like, yeah, we're gonna break up someday, so it doesn't really matter. But what I mean is just be okay with the possibility of you two breaking up. Sometimes we're encouraged to just stick it through, right? We're encouraged to stick it through and not break up, but I think that causes the people in the relationship to feel burdened to stay in the relationship, right? When it is clearly unhealthy. And obviously when you're married, that's a different story. But especially when you're dating, feeling like you are able to leave the relationship and just giving that opportunity to that other person too, hey, if you feel like this isn't working out and you're not willing to work through this with me, then it is okay to leave. Sometimes when you really love somebody and care for them, the best thing that you can do is leave or allow them to leave. The second thing that I learned is that is really important in any relationship is to understand that you can't really change anybody. Now, I want to say that I believe that people can change and people do change, right? Because if nobody could change in this world and that we are all doomed to stay the way that we are, then honestly, no one would be able to get married. No one would be able to, have a marriage for 40 plus years. We start off as imperfect people and we become wiser as the years go by and through our experiences, right? So I believe that people can change, right? People can change for the better or for the worse, but I just want to focus on the better part. But you can't ever ask someone or force somebody to change, especially if they themselves do not feel like they need to change. Does that make sense? Sometimes when couples get into an argument, we could change temporarily. We could change our actions and our behaviors. But if we're not really internally changing, we don't really believe it in our gut, wow, this is wrong, this is hurting this other person, or, I really want to change this because I realize this doesn't align with my values, then a person can change. If with your significant other, if you feel like you're clashing over the same thing over and over and over again, I feel from what I've learned, what I would do differently is that I would walk away. Whenever you guys fight, take a step back and think, is this something that I am willing to give up on? Or is this so important to me that I'm gonna have to fight this person till the end? If that is the case and that person also feels the same way about their point of view, then I feel like a relationship like that cannot last, especially if you guys are fighting over something that you guys really value, and it's like a difference in values, right? So the third lesson that I learned from my past relationships, let's make it a positive one, is having emotional needs is not a bad thing. A couple of years ago when I was at the children's home, I came to this point where I thought, like, I always thought that being emotional was bad, but it was not until that point where I thought to myself, like, wow, Rebecca, you really have a problem because you are so emotional. Like, you have all these emotional needs and you're asking people in your life to fill those needs for you, or asking them or telling them, hey, like, can you meet this need for me? I felt really guilty about it because I was just like, well, I should be, I don't know where I got this idea, but I was just like,
God should be the one that fills all of my emotional needs. I shouldn't need people around me to fill these needs.
But no, that's like the furthest from the truth. Everybody has needs, right? You have needs, I have needs. Every person you date will have needs, your family members will have needs, your friends will have needs. Just this whole world has emotional needs. And it's okay to want those things. It's actually very healthy, right? And it's okay to express those needs to people that you love, right? Or who need to know, or in this case, your significant other. But you can't expect that person to satisfy all those needs. But I think feeling bad about it and expressing it, feeling bad about having them and feeling bad about expressing those needs, you shouldn't feel bad about it. And if your significant other makes you feel bad or guilty about it, I don't think they're worth being with. Don't allow anybody in your life to make you feel guilty about having emotional needs. But at the same time, you can't expect people to like especially like one person to like fill that need for you. I think when you are at a low point, it's great to have like a support group. That's why you call it a support group, not a support person, because a support person, it would be so hard for them, right? And I know that I'm totally guilty of this, where in my past relationships, I would just like expect or want this one person, these like my significant others, to fill this void in my heart. But I can't do that because they're not God, they're not perfect, right? Yeah, those are the 3 things that I learned. I learned a lot of other things, which I wrote down here, but I just wanted to share 3 with you guys. And I hope my talking was fine. I hope my speech, my storytelling skills will improve. I'm trying to cut back on saying like and oops, my alarm is. But yeah, anyways, thanks so much for watching this video. These are just experiences that I have in the past and the things that I've learned. We all learn different things and take away different things. And so, yeah. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye!